Thank you for joining us as Waxahachie Daily Light staff reporter Shelly Conlon sits down to interview this year's Gingerbread Trail homeowners.
You guys have been here about a year. What's been your favorite part about this house so far?
Wow. There's actually a lot of things. I think the thing I like about it the most is that it reminds me so much of growing up. I mean, it has memories. I mean, it reminds us a lot of our upbringing. But
In what way?
the gardens, having the ability to grow things and getting your hands dirty, and then it just feels like it has memories, and it feels like my family, and we're both from East Texas, so you just know, we knew the place when we walked in. I mean, really, you walk in and it was like, this is my great-grandparents' house. I just could, I said that.
Yeah, I think before this, the last time I really had an opportunity to work in a garden was with my grandfather, and he's now not with us. And it's very important to me, to kind of take a step back. And I think it's been good coming to Waxahachie and being a part of this community because it's not as fast-paced as Dallas. And you actually get to know people, and you're more of a person here than just a number. So
Right.
I think.
Now, do you guys each have a favorite part of the house that you guys like to just kind of go and hide out in?
Screened-in porch is mine.
I'm in the kitchen.
What do you like about each?
Go ahead, the kitchen.
The kitchen, that's my therapy. So I have a corporate job, so when I get here, I cook. That is my artistic expression, so I make a full meal every night, no matter how late it is or how busy I am. It's my way of forgetting about the day and, just making something.
And does the food come from the garden?
Yes.
At this point, yes. It's amazing how much you can eat from the garden.
Last night he makes these turnips. The root of the turnip, and I've never really eaten the root of a turnip before. But what he'll do is he'll obviously skin them, and then he cuts them up, and he puts them in the pressure cooker and cooks them like potatoes. And they're amazing. They taste so good. They're really good. Yeah.
So we did that, and now that we've got the eggs coming from here, and we actually got honey already from the beehives, and we don't have to buy onions anymore. We've got plenty of those coming in, and it's really kind of neat to start using your own food.
And what about you?
I think the screened-in porch kind of brings the outside inside, and I like being outside, so it's just fun being out there, and you listen to the birds and the animals and the breeze, and with a glass of tea and conversation. It's just a nice place to be.
Now, if there was something unique about this house that you could tell the community, for those who may not come by on the Gingerbread Trail, what would it be?
I think it's the fact that it has the property here. It feels a lot like it probably did years ago. It's not modernized in the fact that it's got a small little acreage around it. We can still have the chickens, or you can still have the gardens, and when you're, like Mike was saying, when you're on the porch, you kind of get a glimpse of what it would have been like 115 years ago when it was built. You're just sitting there going, I can see this, I can see what they were doing, and it's kind of exciting because you're doing the same thing. Sometimes you kind of feel like you're walking in the same path, then you go, someone else did this too. Someone had tea on this porch. In fact, a lot of people probably had tea on this porch. And so it's just kind of neat, the history, you can feel it, and it really is special here.
You've come into the city and seen how much it's grown since that picture.
Yeah, it's actually kind of exciting to know that this was the edge of the city, and then we go out in our backyard, and of course we can see the back end. We're in the neighborhood now, so we've done a little history and realized how many acres this was originally, and how it's kind of been piecemealed off and changed, and the park was donated from part of it, and it's kind of like you have a little bit of history right here in the middle, and as it keeps developing and it continues to develop, and I'm excited for that piece of it, but it's like you're holding on to it. We've got a little bit of the city right here for us.
I think it's neat that we actually get to be a part of that, because I think that being a part of this house, working on this house so hard and so long, it's almost alive to me, and it feels like that I get to be a part of that,
You guys have done a lot to make it feel like home.
Yes.
If there was anything that you could encourage people to come out here to see the house on the Gingerbread Trail, what would you say?
I would say that coming out here, it is going into a little bit of history, but we've also made it our own. So we would like people to come see what we've done to it. I think every family that's moved into it, and there hasn't been a lot of different families that have lived in this house, which is kind of a neat in itself. But each person's kind of put their own touch on it, and I think we've worked real hard in the last 11 to 12 months to make it our own, but then keep the integrity of the house, which is very important to us. So.
I agree.
Now, is there anything else that you would like to say or add that you haven't touched on as you've given us a tour or just during these past few minutes?
Pausing there for a moment. I don't know. I think that we just want people to come out and really be a part of it. We've encouraged people to come in. People stop all the time. They pull in and knock on the door. So it's exciting to us to get to know the community. So we really do want people to come to the house and experience the happiness and joy that we've had, and kind of get to see the animals and the gardens and the bees, and kind of be a part of our dream in creating our little world here.
Thank you for joining us in this Waxahachie Daily Light Gingerbread Trail feature.